Welcome to episode 7 of Stitch and Stash. We're a northern podcast coming to you from northern British Columbia in Canada and the unceded territory of the Lheidli. I'm Sarah.
And I'm Lisa.
And it's been a
little while.
Solid while. Life.
Who has time at Christmas time? Extra.
It was super busy. Mike and I, like I've mentioned before, have a DJ photo booth company, and in a matter of less than 5 weeks, we did 48 Christmas parties and celebrated a lot of the Christmas spirit with people. So I'm distracted by a dog snoring in the corner.
It's not us.
No. My boxer puppy, she went and she had a litter of puppies, but we got a call today to come and get her because she wasn't feeling very good. She's been having some fainting spells and few things like that, so it's concerning, and the breeder took her up to the vet, and she's got a little Holter monitor on, and so she's away from her puppies now, and the puppies are being looked after by a sort of a
surrogate.
Yeah. What do they call those? A wet
nurse?
A wet nurse. Is that like a real thing where women actually breastfeed other people?
They used to.
Oh. Well, so she's got her little boxer puppies are being looked after by a little Boston Terrier now, and they're happily. So hopefully my puppy's okay, and
she will be.
She will. Those damn kids. She's just so tired. She's exhausted, dehydrated. She's like, "What the heck was that? I need a break."
That's good.
So yeah.
So Christmas. It is now the 29th, right, of December.
Is it?
Yes, because tomorrow's the 30th. Yeah. 29th of December. So that means Christmas has gone over, and there's one more, just New Year's to go.
Yeah. We have a big event happening out in Tachi. So it's about 2 hours.
Is it north of Vanderhoof?
It is, yeah. It's a small sort of reserve out that way. And so my husband will be going out there to help them ring in the new year, and have the photo booth, and I won't be there. I'll be at my normal job, but I'll come home and go to bed at a reasonable hour.
That'll be strange.
Yeah, I haven't been. Well, no, because with the pandemic, it was like Happy New Year, right? So this year will pretty much.
I don't do that. This year, Monday is a work day. So, no, Sunday is New Year's Day, right?
Sunday's New Year's Day.
So, okay, so I won't be up bright and early working, but don't think I'll stay up to midnight.
No. Well, I don't sleep very good when Mike's not home and when he's on the road, so I'll probably just throw on some kind of
catch up on
Netflix show and snooze and doze and
check up on your podcasts.
Yeah, I see that Knitting Traditions put out another episode, and Cozy Up.
Yep.
So maybe I'll save those for my ringing in the new year. I thought about maybe joining some of those make-alongs, like the New Year make-along. But I don't do well with timelines, and I'm always afraid. Like, I want to know what it is I'm making.
Because what if you don't love? Okay, Stephen West is an extreme.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't make things like everybody else.
His brain works different. In a magical way. I think he's like the Willy Wonka of the knitting world.
Absolutely.
For sure. Like, it would not surprise me if you go to that Stephen and Penelope shop and there's little Oompa Loompas running around. I think it would be amazing, right? But it's a lot of money to invest in yarn and into something, and
it would be stressful with the stitches, or with all of the times. You have to be ready for clue too. Well, you don't have to, I suppose.
And I know some people just join in and then they wait and see what it looks like at the end and then decide if they're going to make it. I don't know.
But then you miss out on the contest.
Well, it's kind of fun to see something's revealing as you're making it. Like,
right.
There's something magical about that in itself, right? Like, hey, I'm just following this with blindless abandonment, like the...
And then seeing everybody's different results, because nobody knows what it's going to look like.
Like and people's color choices. Like, even, was it Ray and
Kevin had
Yeah.
2 completely different looks.
they look so different. And even just when you like go through Ravelry and you're looking at people's colorwork sweaters and stuff, like some people have gone more natural on some colors,
Yeah.
and they end up looking completely different than somebody that's maybe gone more extreme on their colors.
I don't know if I would do color work with a knit along like that, because I would want to know how contrasty they are.
Usually they tell you like one solid, one pop,
Yeah,
right? Can be a tweed, like that kind of thing.
I'm a chicken.
Yeah. Well, like the Knitty Stew, she bought all that yarn to do it and then ended up changing paths, right? Which, I mean, it's all about.
Knitty Stew did that?
Yeah, she used
I need to catch up.
She used that burning birch that she got from
for the
Arcane.
sweater.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then she used the darker color was part of her Stephen West that
Yeah.
she decided not to finish.
Actually, how that went through, like where it was redder at the top and then it was paler at the bottom, it looked like birch in the autumn. It was nice.
These colors are amazing. Like they really are. I want to work on that. What's that pink I got?
Shells.
She sells seashells.
Yeah. That one.
The
And it's fingering,
yarn.
right? Fingering?
Yeah. And I have a really nice gray. I thought like a nice shawl. But I don't know. I haven't gotten there yet. So a big list of Christmas knitting, and I finally waved the white flag of defeat and decided that that wasn't going to happen. And
How many projects did you actually gift?
I ended up gifting 2 hats to the Advent calendar that we do at work. So we do an Advent draw name each day, and
nice.
so I donated 2 hats, and the recipients were pretty thrilled. And other than that, I had gifted some mittens early on and a few things like that, but to actually wrap up and gift as Christmas, none besides those 2 hats.
I don't think people judge us. Like, you know what? It's December 26th. I don't want your presents. And like they don't do that.
Well,
Do they?
no, the thing is like, it's a lot of commitment when you're making something for someone.
And does your motivation wane after the holidays? Like, I've got lots of time. There's no panic anymore, and it never gets done.
No, I did start knitting. I thought, you know what, I'll knit a few things now and put them away for next year or for some time when there's some stuff, right? But that's mostly the thought process anyway. Somebody's birthday will come up and I'll end up gifting something. But in the meantime, that's where we're at with that.
Lovely.
Yeah. So did you have some knitting time over the break?
The break didn't line up with knitting time before Christmas
No.
because I had to work until we celebrated Christmas for our 2 sides of the family before Christmas. So I had Christmas Day to knit at my own house. It was quiet and lovely. But before that, there was no resting.
Yeah. It's my rotation where I had the 3 days off. So I was off Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Perfect.
And I thought, I'll just sit in my jammies and knit.
It doesn't happen.
Friday, Mike and I went to the liquor store and we got the DJs each gifts, and then we drove around with the gifts, and first I wrapped the gifts and drove with the gifts, and then there was like that minus 40 snap where we almost died. It was so cold.
Yeah.
Mike's my car started no problem, but we hadn't started it in 2 days. And the battery was just dead. So he had taken my car to work that morning, and it was like I had 2 days off, and then I worked 2 and was off my 3. So I knew I still hadn't mailed my sister's stuff, and I had to get to Edmonton, and I still hadn't bought half the stuff. So I knew I knew what I wanted to get, but I had to actually physically get there. And so my mom saved me with an extension cord, and because of course at minus 40 nothing wants to work. The garage door wouldn't go up.
I've heard of people's cars for their block heaters, their plugs for their block heaters snapping.
Yeah, because it's just so cold. It was so brittle, like to try to unfold it. It was like
my sister's partner went to turn on his heat, and the whole button disintegrated to powder in his hand.
Oh my gosh.
So pliers now.
To turn the heat. Yeah. Like things, in the north, we are good as snow. Like, Vancouver, not so much. They're not accustomed to it. Once you get this way, like snow, okay. right? Freezing rain, sure. That's not a problem. I
The
mean,
cold shuts down work, though.
it shuts, like nothing works at minus 40. Like the garage door won't open.
Yeah.
The keypad wouldn't even register.
No, the batteries, no.
And so then I'm like, well, I'll do it the manual way. And nothing wanted to like lift up.
No.
And I just was like, this is brutal. I'm trying to unfold that block heater. Even the extension cord, like it was soft and pliable in the house. By the time I got out to the garage or out to the area and plugged it in and ran it to the car and tried to, it was like,
It was frozen.
yeah, and it wouldn't uncoil.
So let us know in the comments, was anybody stuck? While we were in the cold, Vancouver was shut down. People were living in the airports. Was anybody stuck in any airports? Because Toronto was shut down too, right?
Yeah, they were.
So,
But then I'm sure there's people that live in climates where it's super hot too,
oh, it's true.
right? So maybe our extreme cold was somebody else's extreme hot.
Well, and the
and things don't
fires-
want to work in extreme heat either.
No.
So
And they're on, if there's no fires going on, right? No, I'm bad. I can't even say that.
I don't know. I don't watch the news. It depresses me. Nothing good ever happens on there.
So tell us if you had any major Christmas drama with the weather. Mother Nature, she's getting in the way.
Or other drama, family,
We like that too.
knitting.
Yeah.
Sometimes things that you knit just don't quite go as planned. I have an example.
Oh, show me.
So I went to the yarn shop
Look at that segue.
and I got some of this. It's that Cosmos and it's the sparkle yarn. So it's beautiful. And it was like $10.95, but there's a lot of yardage on this sucker. It's 25 grams, but it's 429 yards, 393 meters.
So it wouldn't affect the weight, right? It wouldn't even be adding lace weight. It
No.
would be like less.
So what I did was I thought what I'll do is I got a DK weight
I know where this is
yarn,
going.
right? What I'll do is I got this Berroco vento.
Which is really nice.
Yeah, and it's a DK weight. So I'm like, perfect. I'll take the Parkview hat, which is normally one fingering and one mohair to make a DK weight. I will get a DK weight and add this
Yeah.
and get this. However, you should not think that you know patterns by heart.
With yarn with sequins on it that you can't pull out. There's no frogging, right?
Well, so that's the thing. I cast on 4 too many stitches. And I won't tell you how many stitches because
It would have fit
it's a
better.
paid for hat. Well, the thing is like it goes up in increments so that this works out so that it's like a 6 and 2.
Oh,
But I couldn't fudge it enough to make it work without being noticeable. So I did try to frog it and run it back.
So
But the sequence, well, it's actually coming apart not too bad right now.
We made that up.
In this moment, I don't know.
In the
I
moment.
may pull it back and end up just keeping it as a little ball, and then buy the Magpie Darling, the little hat like
Oh, that's a
Tracy
good
was
idea.
making, and use this for that. The lesson is no matter how many times you've made said object, do not think yeah,
Read the instructions.
and go on merrily on your way until you get to 2.5 inches and start the next thing, and it doesn't work. Math did not work, and I'm like, I should have this many stitches, and I counted the stitches like 9 times, and then I finally picked up the pattern, and I was like, oh, that's the problem. So anyway, I took that off the needles. I'm going to start again. Because now I know like it's gonna work.
But you have
Because-
lots of yardage of this.
Yeah.
And this stuff is really affordable. This vento. That's
See?
not the same stuff I was using. It's not the stuff that feels like, oh, it is. It's
It
kind of
is.
low hairy.
But the so I don't know if I brought my ball over here. It's sitting over there.
Do you want me to get it?
You can if you want. It's got that nice. Oh, I can. Here.
It's 50% alpaca and 40% acrylic and 10% wool. So it's a nice mix, hey?
It is. It's really nice. And the issue. It actually makes a great headband. It's my
Headband is
sweatpants. Like it's really
It's fluffy.
fluffy.
Yeah.
But I think because this is so stringy, it changed it. So I thought, well, once I block this, the fibers might come back out. But I could have just carried on 2 and 2 and done some decrease, but I was so mad that it wasn't doing what I wanted it to do. Or that I didn't do what I was supposed to do. Yeah, see,
That's
now here's where you
frustrating.
hit the snag.
Yeah.
Anyway, so lesson learned.
Well,
But on the bright side, I like how it looks.
it is a good swatch.
It's a very good swatch. I should have taken my count of my stitches.
It's all good. See, you have enough to do what you want still.
Oh, I will, yeah.
I got through I didn't bring it, but my love note, I remember I was playing chicken. I finished the first ball of mohair down to wherever it was. And I thought, geez, I don't know if I'm going to have enough to do both arms and then the collar. And I'm a little afraid. So I did those first and then I was just going to knit down. And then my friend had a great idea that I should contact Chester Knits to see if they have the same color of mohair. And she didn't, but Kelowna Yarn and Needlecraft did from the same dye lot. So I haven't knit on it because in case the color is slightly different, I want to mix it up and
Do a little
fade it.
helical.
Yeah, but it's coming. It's in the mail.
Yeah.
So
Then we ended up ordering a Schwachten more yarn because she had really good deals. And then,
the shipping was free if you order so much. So
well, and then they had the right color coral. So then I had to get that because I'm going to try and do a love note out of the, what was it, Sky?
no, drops.
Drops.
Is it Sky?
I thought it was Sky. It's a DK weight. So we thought, well, let's give that a whirl. So, of course, there'll be some swatching involved in a little trial and error, but we'll talk more about that when it comes.
Are you going to do lace for her? Or are you going to do, or is it a secret because she's watching?
I don't think she watches.
Okay. Are you going to do lace? What are you going to do?
Probably.
I like the lace.
I like the lace too. I just didn't know how it would look on a chestier person.
Well,
I try not to draw too much attention to the girls.
every single time you say that, it's Chandler and the Afghan.
Right? I don't know. We'll see. I'll probably do another one for myself with all the lace and all the stuff, but
It's good.
we'll see.
It's good. So, do you have any positive knitting experiences?
I did finish. So this is that pattern where you hold one ball. So it's actually 2 sock yarns together. Or I do it with the mohair. It's Annie's Woolen's Toasty Sock Yarn Mittens. And I think it's kind of a paid for pattern, so I don't want to do too much there. But this is the one that I use mohair with instead of the 2 sock yarns.
You just do one sock and one mohair,
Yeah. And it makes like those purple ones.
right?
So I did this with
Cute.
I did a pair.
Oh, they're stripy.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's that Mila
nice. This
this
one, I'm doing the light,
Mille
the
Fiore.
flax light 1-on-1 with it. Put this side. It's up there, right over there. No, there.
Yeah. You're good.
Lovely.
And it's just so it ended up really nice. I probably have enough left to do a toque.
That's super nice. I like the pops of
Well, I even thought maybe I'll do it
that. Would
as I
be
drink it
great.
through my tea.
But then you'll be scratching.
Not on my mittens. I
Oh,
thought in the
on the
hat
hat.
I would
Okay.
do those. I
Nice.
don't know what I don't think I don't know. I don't know if I do it on mittens.
Yeah, I don't know if I would either.
Maybe if you had like some cable work. But I don't know.
It looks like frost or like snowflakes or
Yeah, it looks really cool. And I think because the strand itself has a little
It's shiny.
shimmer to it. So
cool.
yeah,
Oh, I like
you?
that stuff too. I'm doing mittens too, but these are Tin Can Knits World's Simplest Mittens. And I'm making it out of Estelle's Llama Natural Chunky. And it's so soft. And it's going to be warmer than ice is ready. It's warmer than wool, so I think it'll be nice. My neighbor has very small hands, so I made these ones. And I thought maybe it's too small. So I'm going to try another one, and it is better, a little bit better. And I have lots of yarn, so.
Well, that's good.
And they're fast. I like it when they knit fast.
Yeah, I like the shape of them. They're a nice shape.
They're pretty good.
I'm quite particular about my mitten shape. I like there to be sort of a nice shape to them.
The thumb to come out like this. It's a little bit of an inside joke, if you can. Yes.
Lisa was quite concerned that the Norwegian mittens weren't going to work.
They're Trevor's favorite, except, have I said already that do color work, do salt and pepper on the thumb? If I were to do them again, it's got color work for the whole hand. I think it's just one color for the cuff. But the thumb is just one color. So it doesn't have the floats going behind, so it's only half as thick as the fabric on the hand. So it's cold. It's the only time he ever complains about cold is because his thumb is a little bit cold because they're super warm. So do salt and pepper.
That's it. Rip that thumb out.
No. That stuff is going to be not much different than the sequins, I think, to pull out. I think it has become permanent.
It has fused. The fibers have fused.
Belted.
They have fused.
So that's okay. So
that's the way that is.
Do you have more?
No, in this bag I just have some rando stuff. More of the peach or the not so coral.
Yeah. Is that acrylic or was that superwash?
It's wool. 100% wool from Norway.
Nice.
I have no clue because it's not in my.
It's not. Yeah.
100% Norse skull mytog. It does not say superwash. I don't think it is because it feels kind of.
Well, they're pretty unnatural.
Yeah.
Nice.
I don't know. I might need to Google search that before I knit anything.
Easter eggs.
This was kind of.
Did you buy the full sweater quantity?
I bought 4 balls.
She might trade you.
No, they're going to be good for something. It needs to marinate for a little bit.
Okay.
Sometimes I let the yarn decide its journey. After a little bit of marination and a little bit of encouragement, a little bit of swearing on my part when it doesn't want to do the thing I've asked it to do.
Yeah. Then she picks it up off the front lawn.
That's only when I'm winding the skein. The ball. It's aggravating as heck.
So I go to a knitting group, and I said to one of the ladies there, I said, look, they'll be okay, right? It'll stretch. This is not like held like this. These are side by side. They'll be okay, right? No one will notice that one's bigger than the other, right? When they put them on. And she goes, oh no, we'll just stretch that out, Shelley. You're so kind. But I told her she was a liar.
What the hell?
So they are intentionally knit for different sizes because this one is for my son's girlfriend and this one is for my son. And so they're larger size. And then this one they share. It's a smitten.
It's smitten mitten.
Yeah, they're still a little bit wet because I blocked them because I wanted the
young love.
So I said, hey Trevor, let's see if this works. And it worked. Or if one person, they don't want to hold hands anymore, he can hold his own hand. Right?
Isn't young love so sweet?
It's so sweet.
Are you going to whip you and Trevor up a pair?
No. He's got hot hands.
And a giant head. Huge calves. And hot hands.
He's downstairs.
He's a catch.
Or he's outside. He can't hear. It's good.
He's going to watch this.
Maybe.
He makes a mean pulled pork.
He does. We had a very nice dinner tonight.
We did. We had intentions of doing this at Lisa's house and going up there for dinner. And then the dog situation happened and I couldn't leave my girl alone. So
no, that's all good. We can come here.
Right? That's very cute, Lisa. Did you follow a pattern for that?
The individuals are World's Simplest Mittens by Tin Can Knits. And this one is Lion Brand Smittens, I believe. I'll confirm later.
That's so cute. I mean, you may as well do it when you're young, right? Like,
oh yeah,
like the pictures of each other on your shirts,
Yes.
and
it's so cute.
right?
I used Briggs and Little Regal, and it is a little bit scratchy. Maybe
Help them keep their hands off each other.
that wasn't an accident. I think it was, but you know. What
Did
I
you
mean.
soak it in some wool wash?
I did, but
Did
it
it
still
help?
smells pretty woolly, doesn't it?
I don't know. Let me smell.
This is the woolier one. Yeah, it's totally sheepy. Good.
I don't mind that smell though.
Yeah, that's good. I don't know what 16-year-olds think. They'll spray it with their
Have
perfume.
you smelled the 16-year-old's room?
Yes.
They think nothing of smell.
Okay, good. So
They're used to petting zoo smell.
do you think it helped? I think it helped a little bit.
Is that the same color?
No,
Oh, I was like,
I made a matching pair for my girlfriend's children. Well, son and his girlfriend,
oh,
who I'm not going to say their names, but their names are the same as your dogs were
aw, really?
when our husbands were roommates.
That's so funny.
Yeah. So, anyways,
Good times, good times.
what else?
Well, I opened up all my Advent and I followed mostly day by day.
Well, show me. You only showed me one or two.
So I got the Polkadot Creek Merry Grinchmas, and it's all Canadian dyers. I never even used this coupon code yet, so I should probably do that. But there's so many, and some I had never heard of. So for the most part, I followed it day by day, except for on the last 3 days, I got tired of my counter being just covered in yarn and
Look at this one.
right?
This feels like a cookie I would make.
And like this one.
Knit a sock, Mr. Grinch. Oh, that's pretty.
This one's a mean one.
Cool.
Like there's some really nice. This one is by Dye For You. I don't think it tells me where they're from, but Crafty That Way. Now we've heard lots about Crafty That Way, and this is her colorway. All the Who's in Whoville.
Nice. Yeah, that's pretty cute. This one is Slithered and Slunk.
Yeah,
Slunk?
he slunk into the house.
Yeah.
I like this one too. This one is
Fantasy fibers.
Whoville Carolers.
Oh, yeah. These are pretty cute. So, now what are you going to... This is a lot of yarn.
It is, and it came with a natural sock yarn. So I think there's a shawl, that shawl pattern on there that I could
On here, like, oh. Rather
on the
than
back
towel.
side. Yeah,
Cool.
it's like a coupon code for the.
You must have a lot of extra if you do that.
I don't know.
How long are these?
They're 20 grams,
Yeah, 20 grams, 87 yards-ish.
and they're all the
Whoa.
same base. Heart to heart and hand in hand.
The Grinch.
So I don't know. Like I might just grab some and do with some natural.
This one has a very cute button. Oh, a stitch marker or progress marker.
Right?
Cute.
So I would definitely get this again. Like there's a lot of
Yarn habits in here. Very
Cindy
nice.
Lou Who.
Oh, cute. Whoville Village.
Or I mean, I don't know. I don't really. This one I like a lot too.
Mm-hmm. Cool.
Yeah, like there's lots.
So many.
Welcome to Whoville.
And it's not strictly Christmas.
Mm-mm.
Like some of them, like, okay, yes, this is Christmas. But this could be Easter.
Mm-hmm. But I mean, there's so much that like, if you hold it with like a could like fade.
No, totally. Did you watch Knitty Natty's when she was making the pants?
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't wear stripy knit pants.
They would not look the same on me.
On me, no.
Even the knitted shorts.
No,
They look
I'm
super
thinking,
cute on her, but
Yeah.
I'm not sure I could pull knitted shorts off.
I'm thinking, don't
I
make
should knit myself a bikini for when I go to Cancun.
Oh,
That's a visual, isn't it?
yeah, I just not.
We'll add some sequence to it. Draw a little bit of attention.
Do it for Mike. Mike will like it.
Horrifying.
These are super cool. West Coast. Did you buy yarn for Halloween?
That was Tofino.
Oh, Tofino. No, West Coast.
No.
Who's still a snooze. Very nice.
Right? Like there's some really nice, or even just color work on a sweater.
Lovely.
I don't know.
Lovely.
Again, it's going to marinate for a little bit. Maybe one day you're going to be like, hey, do you have a yarn that's going to go?
So first of all, the answer is likely yes.
Yes.
Before I even say
I'll just say, come
the
look.
conditions. Yes.
It's always yes.
Yes.
If any of you need yarn, let me know. I'm happy to share.
See, I just go and I buy things that I can't not. Look at this.
Oh my gosh.
This is Malabrigo Rios. It's not doing it justice. It is not nearly bright enough.
Well, when I turned up the light, we look
ghastly.
translucent.
So this is spun on I got a ball winder at Value Village. It's a little bit, does it have better? It's coming out blue. It's more teal-y, kind of ocean colored. I bought a winder.
You should make my bikini out of that.
You'd match.
Right?
This is too close to my natural skin color.
Blue?
With orange polka dots sometimes. So if you go to Value Village and you see a yarn winder for like $2 or $3, and you think, it's better than nothing.
You already have a yarn winder.
Yeah, but you know what? I don't know what I was thinking.
You're thinking, I'd like to invite some frustration into my life by buying this thing that somebody else has thrown on their front lawn because it didn't work.
Yeah, so this one cranks on the back, and it sticks out, and it turns.
Is it wooden?
No, and it has a plastic stand. So you put it on the table, you hold it onto the table, and you crank it, and then it turns the spindle, but a little wand, a wire goes like this, that distributes the yarn along the spool, along the cake.
I see where this is going. I don't ever want to see that thing.
I'm rewinding it on my other one. But
and donating back the other one for some poor other sucker. So if you're at Valley Village,
the first person to comment, they want it.
If you'd like Lisa's used piece of crap.
I bought it at Value Village, and I have tested it, and it will make something resembling a cake.
And probably cause you a drinking problem.
Yes. And you know what? I did the first one, and I said, that works pretty good.
Oh, so we went back for a second.
So I did this one. This one.
I can't even, there are no words. I've made that cake. I have that recipe.
So this is also Malabrigo, wow, but it's Mecha.
It's a Mecha problem, is what it is.
Mecha. So, but it is kind of like leathery, kind of.
I don't even know what to say. So it's got this big bulge hanging out the back.
It's all falling apart. I think I need to have help to rewind these using my proper Toyota. I think I'm going to make out of this one No Place Like Home by Cozy Up.
Is that with the little trees?
No, that one is Little Pine Tree. This is they made it in red. It's like No Place Like Home, like Dorothy, and they like the red mitts and hats. It almost looks like little cables of different sizes.
Yeah.
So I've been looking for something because it can't have any variation in color because the tiny little cables will get lost. So I wanted something that was going to be smoother and that it would pop.
So there you go.
So I'm going to do that. But I have to get my Christmas done first.
Christmas is a whole nother like
360 days away.
Why start now when we can panic in November?
That's right. People have their lights up already.
I can't believe you're celebrating so soon.
That's a little excessive, you guys.
I haven't taken nothing down yet. I've looked at the tree with grinchy eyes and like it has to come down.
Yeah.
But I kind of like it still. I like sitting there and seeing all the twinkling lights. And
there's something in me that's Ukrainian that says, no, it has to be up until the middle of January.
I don't know. I'll probably bring up the bin and start undecorating the tree.
Bit by bit.
And leave the the naked tree up for just a little bit longer and then
Yeah, it's pretty.
slowly bring it all down. We only put like a small portion of decorations on it this year. The kids weren't really into it, so you know what? It's far different than when they were little and you could hardly keep them back from it. So if you're in that stage right now, enjoy it because they do reach a point where they want very little to do with anything.
When do you all take your Christmas tree down?
Well, I think too, like the English don't put it up till Christmas Eve, I believe.
What?
I'm pretty sure one of my friends that her husband is from England, they put their tree up on Christmas Eve, and it's the 12 days of Christmas after Christmas Eve, and then they take it down.
Oh, that's nice.
Right? So,
and it depends too if it's a real Christmas tree or an artificial.
Yeah. And what climate you live in too. Like if you're here and you have a real tree up for any length of time,
it's dropping.
It's dry. Like it is a fire hazard.
Last year, mine started pollinating.
I remember that.
And so you walk by and you touch it. What happened? Okay, so we have these little globes that are covered in mirrors and they look like disco balls and the lights and the sun would come through and hit it and my dogs would go, oh my goodness, the dancing lights all over the walls, and they would have so much fun. So I would go boop and I would move the ball so it would make them dance, and the pollen went poof, like Pigpen on Charlie Brown. So we had to wash all of our ornaments when we took our tree down.
I think too, like when Mike and Trevor lived together, so many years ago, we got a real tree. I think the roommates, and we all went down and we picked out a real tree and we brought it back home and we bought the special stand. I had an amazing stand. It was from Costco. It was like a cast iron stand.
Part of me says there was Costco back then.
Yes, way back when it had just opened.
Okay, yeah.
Back when $1.99 for a hot dog was pricey. But it was an amazing like cast iron stand. Like it was solid. We hung up this thing. We got the special garbage bag that goes like it looked like a tree skirt. And then when you were done with the tree, you just went up over the tree and because no problem then, because I never wanted a real tree because you pull it out and all the needles are there. So meanwhile, this tree's drier than a popcorn fart, and they got this bag around this thing and drug it down the stairs to the door. But the tree is bigger than the door. So what goes down the chimney up won't go up the chimney down. And so they yanked on it. And when they yanked on it, it was like, and there was this outside a rip bag and pine needles everywhere. And we broke the vacuum trying to suck up all of these pine needles. It was so bad. Like the smell of like, you know that smell of pine needles clogging up the vacuum cleaner? It's hot. It's dusty. Broken. like never again. And then we bought the fake tree just after that.
That's almost Griswoldy.
It was I felt a tad Grinchy after that. Right? Because of course it was like the funniest thing that we'd seen in forever. Like they were trying to be so careful, but it wouldn't, like they just couldn't get it through the door. And just
so were they dragging it top first?
So when it came in the door, they had the stem coming up the stairs.
That's how it should be.
Right?
Yeah.
Coming out, they had the stem going out the door.
That's how it should have been.
Or maybe...
Because then the branches would fold this way.
No, maybe they had it the other way. Yeah. Yeah, there was resistance. There was resistance, and I remember Trevor leaping over this bag tree, and Mike was outside, and then they just gave it an almighty. And I just went, whoop. Yeah, it would have had to, because then the bag would have come down that thing, yeah. Well, once it's bagged, do you really know which end is which? Like, we didn't even really think about it. It was just bagged, and we...
These are fun times.
They were learning, definite learning in somebody, poor rental house, my gosh. Anyway, whatever.
It's good.
Yeah, so we're going to leave the stuff up for a little while and see. Do you have some stuff that you're going to work on next?
I can't wait. Our mohair, the stuff from Kelowna, should be coming up this week. It's Thursday, right?
It is.
So it should have maybe already left today, or by now, if not tomorrow. So that means...
It'll be next week.
Maybe. So...
We should be back on track here shortly.
Yeah.
With all the cold too, I think there was like some shipments. I noticed at the grocery store, shipments couldn't come up from anything coming from the south was delayed.
Snow
So Vancouver
stops things.
Yeah. I think it just depends on what your climate is used to.
Yeah. Well, Vancouver, which is everything goes through Vancouver here.
Mm-hmm. Although some stuff would go through to Edmonton too, but I know before when the Coquihalla had that massive flood, they were rerouting from Edmonton, but
Which was
still
okay.
some stuff went, like all the mail was still going to Vancouver, and then it would be stuck there. So it was kind of crazy time. But so then you're gonna finish your love note.
Finish my love note, and I'm still working on my Chihuahua coat. Finished kind of one, but it's a little bit busty for her. So I don't think their legs really do stick straight out like this, do they?
It might be like the Norwegian thumb.
Yeah, but then it kind of puckers on her chest, and it's a little bit too busty. So you know what? It's all just prototypes. So I'm going to I bought some new stuff. I think this might be.
It is.
Is it the same stuff?
That
Cloud? No.
no.
Is it that? Berroco?
I think so.
I think it is. It's fuzzy.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
And I'm trying a different design so that it's not like it's gonna be a blanket, and then I'm going to knit a strip that goes up between her legs and leave giant buttonholes for her legs. So and
Did I sneeze? That's it?
That was a sneeze.
Well, I was going to.
Oh.
And then change my mind. Because I can do that sometimes with sneezes.
That's awesome.
right?
So you're making maybe a hat.
I am.
2 hats with
I
that?
will successfully knit a hat.
Don't do that.
This does
Stop
not.
it.
This does not rewind well onto the itself.
You can only see one hand, but it's coming off. Okay, here we go.
But see, I keep winding it back on. But the way that it's wound on there, it stays on pretty nice.
Here's next.
But no, you take your Mecha. That's your problem. That's your Mecha problem. I got my own problems. I'm gonna do one of those hats, and then I think another love note is on my list.
Awesome.
And then I have to plan some vacation knitting.
Oh, yeah, but who wants to knit when it's hot?
Me,
Really? In your hotel room or on the beach?
wherever.
So don't do wool.
Yeah, I'll probably take socks.
Good.
Maybe a shawl.
Can you get on a plane with knitting needles?
Mm-hmm.
Do they have to be a certain material?
You can even take tiny scissors on. They know knitters are more dangerous without their knitting than they are with it.
Sure, okay.
They know that my patience level is about a 0 without it.
good.
And with it, whatevs.
Maybe.
You want to reroute us to Denmark first? Great.
Yeah, that's true. Maybe you'll have Stewy's flight.
Stewy's flight?
Yeah.
Oh, the Knitty Stew.
Yeah.
Maybe.
So
I don't think you really...
WestJet?
We're WestJet from here to Vancouver, then from
Maybe.
Vancouver to Cancun is also WestJet. But I think she stays domestic.
Okay.
So I don't know if she comes Prince George, Vancouver very often. Maybe. I don't know.
Okay, one more thing. I was in a bit of a mood today. So,
I was being shocked. You?
the Christmas vacation and all. So I said, hey, Elizabeth, my daughter, can you please come and spend some time with me? Because she has this infectious, happy spirit. And can you please come and get me out of my own head? Let's talk about nice things. And she says, okay. Have you ever thought it would be cute to see a reindeer? So it started with cookies. Did I make a reindeer cookie that is an upside down gingerbread man?
Oh.
I said, no, I didn't this year. She says, do you know what would be funny is if you had a reindeer with mitts on his ears? And I said, that would be super cute. Can you please actually make me a sheep?
Yeah.
And I will knit mittens for his ears. And she says, oh, that would be a good idea. But do you know what would be funnier? A moose with gloves on his horns.
Oh my gosh. She's so cute. Oh my gosh. Did you see Top Drawer had some felting kits? And I thought of her. The gingerbread one?
She's got so much felting stuff.
Oh, did she?
She just has to do it.
There was a gingerbread one, and then there was some other Christmas one, and I was like, these are super cute.
Mm-hmm.
And then I had flashbacks of when I did those felted balls, and then
The blood.
and then laughed at like because Tracy had made that gnome.
Yeah.
Yeah, and she's like,
Grocery
there must be
bills.
some self care. I'm not like apparatuses for sure.
There's thimbles.
I have one.
Steel plated thimbles.
I have one of those leather ones
Mm-hmm.
because when I do sock knitting, too much sock knitting, I punch a hole through my finger,
Oh yeah.
and nothing hurts as much as that
With sticking the needle in an existing.
hole
Yeah.
that you've burrowed into your thumb.
Oh, good for you.
So I don't know. That's about all I've got.
Mm-hmm. I think that's it.
And we hope that you guys have a wonderful New Year. Be safe.
Yeah.
And
Send us some chats.
Yeah, let us know you're out there.
Mm-hmm.
And I see we're at 73 followers. So if you like us, let us know. Give us a like and subscribe. We get to see you when the next shit show arrives.
So our goal is to be more frequently than this last couple have been.
Well, there's been that flu was terrible, and then we were kind of on a roll, and then I got the flu, and then Christmas and all the things. So plus it's hard to you need content.
It's true.
Nobody just wants to listen to our humor all the time.
I made eggnog scones, and that's my content.
Yeah,
It's scones and cookies and sourdough and bread and challah.
all the things.
Yeah.
Can I get a holla? What's that, holla back, girls?
I should get that made into a tile.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Anyway,
All right, everyone, thanks very much.
Happy New Year.
Bye.
Bye.